Hello, everybody. My fae and fiends and everyone in between, friends both fair and fell. Welcome back to Under a Crooked Moon, here on Go Buff Yourself and Thousand Faces TTRPG. I, as always, am Ethan, your dungeon master for this little folk horror adventure that we are going on, telling the story of Crooked Moon, which is a module and setting that you can find from the Avantris entertainment crew. So if you want to play it with your own party, grab it. It's a lot of fun. I am, as always, joined by 6 incredibly talented storytellers, performers, players, most importantly, my friends. And let's go around say hi to them really quick. First, playing Wake, we have Caleb.
Howdy, cats and kittens. I hope your day is going well, and may your hearts be warmed by fires. Various fires, non-specific fires. Fires that just happen to be around.
I was sitting there waiting for something like really sweet and emotional, like, may your hearts be warmed by the warmth of your friendship. May your hearts be warmed by fire.
Snuck it in there. Snuck a cultural reference in there.
It's righteous. It is righteous fires.
I respect it. Righteous fire.
Peaceful Molotovs. Get the point across.
And no water was needed to let the MFR burn.
Indeed. And with that introduction to himself, playing Jack, we have Jolly.
Oh, how it goes with folks. As described, I will be playing Jack tonight with these wonderful people.
Pellam, played by Mallo.
Hi.
Ember, played by none other than Wild.
I know, I just yawned, but you can't yawn because you're watching us play this game. I'm so happy you're here. Love you, bye!
Breenoh, played by Lauren.
Oh, hi!
And Wokka is played by Pete.
Howdy, hobos and heathens.
All the alliteration. I like that one. We have so much alliteration in our greetings tonight.
That was really
good. Few announcements before we jump in. If we can make our way through the whole alphabet in alliteration and greetings, that's a good goal. We can do it. Few announcements before we jump in tonight. This is pre-recorded, and one of the reasons for that is because it is a horror game. Even though it's folk horror, it is still a horror game, and so to provide the most availability of safety tools for my players, we do it pre-recorded, so should there be a need for an X card, no one ever feels pressured. And, as along those same lines, please check out the content warnings in the video or podcast description. Those are straight from the module, so please check those out so that you know what to expect. If there are any particularly egregious things, I do try to have timestamps for that. Sometimes I miss them. If there's anything you feel like I missed, send me a message. I'll add it. You can catch up on past episodes of this, City of the Crimson Tower, Lords of Sin, and The Wild Beyond, and a little mini run of Mothership, along with some other one-shots and other systems, all over on Go Buff Yourself, both on YouTube and podcasts anywhere you get podcasts. If you really like the show, we do have a Patreon where you can get some behind-the-scenes goodies and all of that. It's only $5, and it goes to help pay for sound effects and coffee for me editing the podcast, because I do it all myself. And pay for the incredible graphics and intro videos that we have from Runnels and Rourke, a very fine company, small business. Please support them for... Just because they're damn good. That's the reason you should support them. Those are all... For what?
For how much?
For $5! All for just $5!
Only $5?
Just $5. Well, not Runnels and Rourke, the Patreon. I just don't want to set up false expectations. With that
That's
said,
$5 after taxes, too. That's the worst part.
For real. All right, with all those announcements said, let's go ahead, run that intro video so that we can get into session 7 of Under a Crooked Moon.
see the long black train under a crooked moon, under a crooked moon. Tonight, death comes to blue, under a crooked moon. Tonight.
When we were last in the realm of the afterlife of Druskenvald, our six had been traveling aboard the Ghostlight Express, which, after some shenanigans, ended up derailing. Our six protagonists helped to collect the fuel that the locomotive, the Express, used, and upon loading that fuel back into the furnace, the locomotive roared to life, twisting into unnatural angles, taking a baleful grimace as it attacked of its own accord. Our six managed to fight the locomotive by incredible means, jumping inside and opening the furnace, using long tree roots to try to stand in front of it and stop the momentum of the train. Others just punching the hell out of it. And through their combined efforts, the locomotive was subdued, at which point the grin that it had towards the end faded, and all of the decoupled cars of the Ghostlight Express came back together. And once reassembled, the Express started to leave. The vagrant, the caretaker or ferryman aboard the Ghostlight Express, ran off to catch the Express and basically said to you all, "Sorry!" And off the Express went, leaving our six, along with two others, Philip and Adela Druskenvald. Thanks and rewards were handed out, which I do believe included a snuff box with dust of disappearance in it, a gray bag of tricks, and a movable rod with silver goat heads on the end of it, a medallion of thoughts, and I believe also some +1 weapons were acquired, if memory serves. Okay. You all then, at the encouragement of Philip Druskenvald, who mentioned that there was a town nearby by the name of Wickermoor Village, you all started to head that way. And upon arriving in this quaint little town, you entered the center of town to see a shape bound and staked at the base of a tree carved with hundreds of faces on it. The shape was squirming and screaming in terror as a pack of wolves entered the town square and began to descend on this thing. Wake intervened, and soon enough the rest of you did as well, fighting off these wolves and saving what turned out to be a baby goat that had been tied up inside this effigy of sorts, this fabric doll here. And when we ended, the door to one of the nearby buildings built right off of the town square here opened. And a portly man with a very finely tailored 3-piece suit, matching bowler hat, curled mustache, shorter fellow, approached you all and started to approach in a bit of a huff, but then saw Philip and Adela behind you. And he quickly removed his bowler hat.
1,000 apologies for the startling arrival, Lord Philip. We were not expecting you this evening. You caught us in the middle of one of our most sacred traditions. Please accept my apologies and my sincere and heartfelt welcome to Wickermoor Village. I, as you no doubt am aware, am Mayor Wendell Somerton. I wrote you a few months back. I assume you simply haven't had a chance to read that letter. I am so pleased that you have finally accepted my invitation to our humble community.
Philip steps forward, takes the mayor's hand, and shakes it. They exchange just basic greetings. What about you, Six? What would you be doing in this moment?
Glaring. Absolutely
Lord?
glaring.
Lord Philip?
Of course, Lord Philip, just... my lord, are these your traveling companions, or are they bothering you?
No, they are absolutely my companions, and I expect them to be treated with similar respect as you have shown me, Mayor Somerton.
Of course. Yes, certainly, of course, yes.
And Philip just looks over his shoulder and gives a small wink to you all.
Wokka will wink with one of his catfish eyes on the side of his head and turn his head.
Side eye.
Breenoh will wave.
Have other folks entered where the space where we are, or just this mayor guy?
All the commotion was legitimately about 2 minutes ago, is when, everything ended. However, there are some folk, they haven't come into the town square, but you do see, when you walked through the streets here initially, pretty deserted. But just like glancing around, you can now see a smattering of people walking in the streets here. And at this point in time, it's probably in the evening hour, based off of how long you had traveled. So the sky is dark tinted, a little bit jade green, and the moon, that grinning crescent moon, looms large.
Given the fact that we interfered with, disrupted something, this ritual that we're thinking happened, that Jack kind of pieced together. Wake wants to keep an eye on the crowd. Are they upset? Are they just curious? Are they talking amongst themselves? Are they gripping daggers underneath their cloaks? Like, what's the situation?
Go ahead and make me an insight check, why don't you?
I would love to.
I would love it if you did.
I would love it if D&D Beyond let me. My goodness gracious. Stand by. I do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, if you want to roll physical, that's totally fine.
I was trying to get it to show up.
It's mostly combat that I worry about being public. If you want to roll your clicky clacks for non-combat, I'm high.
I will do so. Stand by.
The appreciation from Lauren there. Thank you. My pretty dice.
That's only a 13.
13. So I think what that means is you're a little too far to get much of a read off of the few people that you see walking by. However, you're not too far to get a bit of a read from Mayor Somerton. And he does, it's not like he's made any bones about asking whether you all were bothering Philip. But he definitely seemed perturbed at the interruption and is currently doing his best to just forget it, play it cool, not make a big deal. But with a 13, you get the impression that that is not for your benefit. That is for the Druskenvald's benefit.
He's putting on a show for the boss. So I want to, after I've made that observation, stick close to our group, but also kind of be towards the fringe. So if I need to, sidestep a little bit or adjust, I want to be on the outside of our little group where we're standing together so that I can keep an ear open for anything that might be suspicious, dangerous.
100%.
My hackles are up. I'm just trying to, circle stay with our group,
Keeping
but
your
also
eyes-
be like,
Keeping your eyes and ears open.
if I need to run real quick and do some stuff, I'm going to do it.
Totally get it. I saw...
Ember?
Yeah, Ember.
Yeah, Ember's gonna notice Wake kind of doing so and mirror his movements on the other
Nuh-uh.
side of the
Nuh-uh.
group. Yo-ho!
I'm so
Come
I'm
on,
so
we're
stealthy.
yeah. You're my Balto. Let me do it.
Anything else anyone would be doing in this moment? If not, the mayor continues.
As I was saying, Lord Philip, Lady Adela, the estate that I wrote you about is all prepared and ready for you. It would be my absolute pleasure to hand over the keys to you immediately. And he gestures to a building at the top of a hill just outside of town on the northwestern side. And as he gestures and gives this proud little look where he even tugs down on his vest a little bit, there is a lightning strike as he gestures at it and just... That's just bad timing, but that one. We have spared no expense to make sure that it is fully prepared for your lord and ladyship. Even made sure to have household staff ready as well at any given moment should you arrive. Some of my assistants said that I was being overbearing. However, here you are, and I have been vindicated once again. In the meantime, if you are not too bushed from your journey, it would be my pleasure to give you a tour around town, perhaps, and show you.
It's racist. We have a tree with us. You just said bushed. It's racist.
Fatigued. I meant no offense. Please forgive me.
Fatigued,
Very
tired.
reductive.
Bushes are quite vibrant and energetic, so the phrase doesn't make much sense outside of this.
Yes,
Tired.
indeed. I will remove it from my lexicon immediately.
During this conversation, I'm going to ask the Druskenvalds how pushy he was to get them out here, because this seems really suspicious.
Are you asking Philip or Adela?
Adela.
Kind of leans over to you.
Well, Philly said that he wrote a letter a while back saying that there was a house here for us. That's all we ever really heard about it, though. I mean, honest, I didn't even really remember it until Philip reminded me right after the train that he'd even written us. But then again, there's so much that we get, so things fall through the cracks, you know.
Okay. Thank you, Adela.
Now, I can't. He says that it's in fine condition, but I will wait to pass judgment on that until I see it myself.
Yeah, I'm sure that our group would be very happy to walk through the house and see if there's anything that you might need.
Well, actually, no, you are such a mind reader.
And you hear as Philip and the mayor continue just small talk and all of that. And she says,
I was actually going to ask y'all if, well, y'all are the only people that we really know here in the village. And more than that, you've been such pleasant company and so incredibly helpful. Once we get all settled in, maybe we could all have dinner.
Sounds like a lovely time. Thank you, Adela.
Oh, now I'm looking forward to that. I'm just so giddy.
and the mayor at this point,
Yes, so may I interest you all in a tour?
Sure.
Yeah.
Philip almost like shrinks a little when the first of you say sure. Like just with your passive insight that he was kind of just wanted to go to bed, but then he straightens himself up very professionally, and of course, thank you very much, Mayor Summerton. We would be delighted.
Yes, right this way.
And he begins to lead you all around town.
Here we have the Green Queen Inn. You will find no finer lodging in all of the Hollow. Highly recommend it. Do be aware, Alda, she can be a little bit tight with money, but don't tell her I said that. But she runs a tight ship, and you will not find better food or accommodations. Over here, Tolliver's, should you find yourself in need of any supplies. The apothecary shop, Morgan is happy to help should you have any ailments or any needs. We even have a barber shop in town.
Just goes through, points out like the workshop district where there's a smith, masonry workshop, carpentry workshop.
Beatrice, our local carpenter, she is a wizard with lumber. My lord and lady, should you find any of your accommodations to be unsuited, please let me know. I will have her whip up a replacement that will blow your socks off. Yes,
While
right?
this is happening,
Yeah.
like he's gonna kind of pull on.
And here we have the
You know.
bread by Holly, if you need
He's just gonna kind of like pull on Druskenvald's like coat, and get him to like lean down or whatever like that, and he kind of like whisper in his ears like, "Do you want me to act like you're like inspection person or something, or like I mean,
Just-
you seem like you don't want to sit here and listen to him."
Just let him have this. I think we're almost done. And sometimes it's a good idea just to make a good first impression, let them weigh themselves out, So,
All right.
And the Mayor Summerton, what was that, my lord? Nothing. Please continue.
yes, of course. Here we have the butcher's shop. Siv is happy to help if you have any special requests.
This place has Wickermoor Village is a pretty well set up town. It has everything you could really need in a fully self-sustained town for the most part. There is a tailor shop that you see called a Stitch in Time. There's an antique bookstore. There's even a wickery. Their post office. It's a fully outfitted little town here. Could all of you make me perception checks as you're going through town? And actually, Wake, go ahead and repeat that insight check.
That would be a 21 for both insight and perception.
Damn. Okay.
Going through a big emotional range tonight here. Oof.
Who else got above a 16 on their perception? Cool. Jack, Breenoh, Ember, and Wake. Wake, first thing, you do notice a few people who give you a little bit of dirty looks. They're not acting aggressively. It's not like they're spitting at your feet. But there are some people who just kind of narrow their eyes at you and shake their heads a little bit.
Do I feel like it's more that we're strangers in town, or because of what happened at the tree? The gut instinct.
Gut instinct, you are leaning towards the latter. That it was because of what happened in town. Now, can you confirm that?
Sure.
Can you prove that in this moment? No. But that is just, given the time frame, that's what tracks to you most.
Sure. Okay.
Now, as for what Jack, Wake, Ember, and Breenoh, just something you notice, the butcher shop, kind of bare. All the other shops are no, dang it. First it was bush, then it was bear. Y'all are making my word choices really difficult. It's kind of sparse. Like it's not like it is not empty or devoid of anything by any extent of the imagination. It's just mostly poultry. There are turkeys and ducks and goose and even a few crows. The main livestock in like bigger meats that you see, like in terms of cuts of beef or things like that, are predominantly preserved in some way, smoked, salted, dried, jerky, things like that. The poultry, fairly fresh. Or very fresh. The rest, the beef products are pretty much jerky and smoked and things like that. Just something you notice. And before too terribly long,
Well, that is pretty much everything here in town, except, of course,
and he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a key and hands it over to Philip and Adela. And all of you realize that when Mayor Somerton exited the building, he did not appear to know that Philip and Adela were there, based off of his initial response to you and then his surprise at seeing them. And he has at no point returned to the mayor's office. And so he must have been carrying this key with him on his person every day since he sent that letter, in anticipation of his invitation being invited, whether that was foolish hopes or not.
Kind of cute.
He was doing it. He was very he believed in himself, and he was ready. And he was ready at any point, even as he implied at the expense of some jibes from his assistants who were saying that he was doing too much. But he passes over the key.
My lord, my lady, and esteemed companions, if there is anything else that you need while you are here in the village, please do not hesitate to ask. I am never too busy. Until then, thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
And begins to head back to the mayor's office. As the building shuts, the Druskenvalds share a look and then look at you all, and Adela just gives a heavy exhale, puffing out her cheeks. Well, he is charming. Yeah. And it just like tries to build off of it, and Philip, yes, very enthusiastic. Well, despite his enthusiasm, personally, I am finding myself jolly well pooped, and we have yet to even lay eyes on this manor estate that is apparently ours. Did I hear correctly, my love, that there were plans being made potentially of dinner? Well, yeah, I was thinking once we got all settled in, it'd be nice to have dinner with friends. I could not agree more. However, if you wouldn't mind giving us a little bit to get our beauty sleep, get settled in, what do you say? Looks at the sky. Oh, it's already quite late. What do you say? Dinner tomorrow?
Why not? Let's do it.
That's a long time to wait, but yeah.
Well, wouldn't want you waiting, doing nothing in the meantime. Please. And Philip pulls out a handful of coins and passes 60 gold in total over to all of you, though it's in the form of 6 platinum. So he just pulls out 6 coins. Consider tonight's lodgings and festivities and dinner, whatever it is you all want to do, on me. Literally the least I could do for everything that you all have done. Sincerely, thank you all so much for everything and for giving us something to look forward to. Dinner tomorrow. If you have any special requests, now is the time to ask.
Can I have steaks?
Oh, I would love some steaks. Philly, would you mind making steaks? I will see what I can do, my love. If I can find the proper cut, it would be my pleasure.
Thank you.
They, unless anyone has anything else that they would be doing to stop them, they shake your hands, give you hugs, and start to head up the hill, out of town, towards the estate, leaving you all back in the Founder's Round, as the town center here is known, not too far from that tree with the many faces carved into it, but also right in front of the building the very first building that Mayor Somerton pointed out, the Green Queen Inn.
He's gonna lean over to Wokka and just whisper, "I feel like we're gonna die in our sleep."
Yeah, well, who gives away that kind of money and not expect anything back? You know what I mean?
I mean, he's a lord, so I guess, you know, I don't know.
Oh, why did you think you're gonna die?
I looks around at everything we just did and was like, I don't know, just a thought.
Ah, I don't buy all that. That'd be fine. Come on, Peckham. Let's go back
All right.
and do something.
And he's gonna start walking off towards the inn.
Suppose we should find out what kind of people we've fallen in with here in this town.
Well, is everyone else heading to the inn? Are we all going?
As
Yes, I can agree
As
with
we-
that. We can go to the inn.
as we head towards the inn, again, I want to hang back towards like the end of the back of the group, like the last person going in.
Mhm.
Not walking backwards, but definitely keep looking back towards the tree. Have any of the townsfolk done anything with the tree, with the remains of the ritual? Have they just ignored it?
As you glance back towards the tree, you do notice that the bodies of the wolves are no longer exactly where you left them, and they have been pulled off into a line. And as you look there, you see there is a older man, maybe late 70s, who is dressed like a groundskeeper, has reddish, wild hair that is going to gray both on his head and as a long, ragged beard, and is currently dragging one of the wolves because, to be fair, y'all kind of just left them lying about. And eventually they're going to need to get cleaned up. And so someone seems to be taking care of that process.
I want to nudge Jack, like elbow him in the ribs, and do the old head toss back towards what I noticed. Kind of crook an eyebrow at him, like shrug, but seems interesting kind of thing.
So, not to make it too totally obvious, I actually lean in on him. I don't actually look at the direction he's trying to nudge me towards. I actually kind of lean in for a whisper conversation. Do you think something's afoot?
Seems a little suspicious. I mean, on one hand, maybe they're just cleaning up, but are they just preparing for something else or setting up for something? I don't know.
Well, there's very little that's normal in this village, and they had a baby goat tied up for some purpose. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to use the carcasses of the wolves to maybe meet whatever condition we stop them from using the goat for. I don't know. I do fear what we may have interfered with. Sometimes when you interfere with a ritual, you become a part of it.
This is true.
Yeah. So, be careful at dinner tonight, eh?
Yes, we agreed. And in fact, let's all try to get to a room first so we can talk this out before coming out for dinner.
Yeah. Tap a finger to the side of my snout.
I just kind of nod along with it, trying not to draw attention.
We see as you two have this conversation, and then I believe all of you heading into the inn. As you all push inside, you find a very nice inn. You could tell from the outside, one of the largest buildings in the village, and it is quite central, and it seems to be, based off of the number of people in here, and the amount of drinks that are flowing and all of that, the social center of the village. There is an attached stable that you see as you walk in. Off to the side, as you walk in the front door, you see there's a small attached theater, currently with a rope across it and a sign, "No show tonight." There is the tavern side of the main common room, along with a slightly more restaurant-oriented side on the other, with more tables and where people go to eat dinner or breakfast. But right now it is the tavern side that is definitely fullest. There are about 15, 20 people in here right now, and are all being served by a woman with light olive skin, almond eyes, and sharply manicured eyebrows. Her brown hair is worn up under a hat, and she wears a very well-tailored and flattering suit. And as she drops a few drinks off at a table, she takes a rag and tucks it away and approaches you all. "Oh, hello. I'll recognize your faces. You here traveling? Or if so, I've got rooms available. It's 1 gold a night for single rooms, 2 gold a night for triples. That includes hot bath and hot breakfast with each."
I'll look around to the group real quick. Single rooms, I think.
Fine by me.
Yes, please.
Yes, that would be fine.
Single rooms, all right. That'll
Yes,
be 6
please.
gold total. You all can each
Pony up,
deduct
Otto.
1 gold from your lots that you've been given from the Druskenvalds. I believe each of you have been given anywhere from between 10 and 35, depending on whether you took jewelry or not. So should have plenty to pay for your rooms this evening.
Whether you tried to con who will certainly become the big bad of
Oh yeah,
this
you got
campaign.
yeah, I guess I should correct that and say between 10 and 40 if someone respected your hustle and gave you an extra 5.
Yeah, what you talking about? Wokka's
He's gonna
broke.
come back
You
at
don't
the
have no
end,
fucking
murder us all, and take that one bit of money back.
Just the 5 gold.
That's it.
Oh,
It's her whole
Just
motivation.
the 5 gold.
Phil and I are cool, man. Don't worry about it.
I love it. You
He's on
all,
a first name basis with the Lord of Druskenvald. Just Phil. Next thing you know, he's gonna call him Philly.
we'll see if we get on that level. As Alda Farnham, as Mayor Somerton had named her, takes the gold. She goes around, grabs you all 6 keys. Tried to get them as close as possible to each other, but there was one room in between that was already rented, but all 6 of you are up on the 2nd floor. Can I get you all anything to drink before you hit the sack?
What's on the menu for dinner?
Dinner? Well, we've got some roasted turkey and some cornbread.
Take a plate, please, and thank you.
Absolutely, that'll be 5 silver.
Yeah.
Another for me.
Takes dinner orders. So anyone who wants dinner, 5 silver for that. There's also a variety of drinks on offer here. Like a surprisingly large stock of some things that you immediately recognize, some brews and drinks that look quite foreign and strange. One that looks like it might have some things moving inside of it. Lots of different things on offer here.
Do they have
Mallo.
anything like...
Hold on one sec. Wokka and
sorry.
then wait.
Oh, I was just gonna say, madam, are your turkeys are they boneless,
Oh, it's
or is it just the whole turkey?
well, the turkey comes initially with the bones, and then we roast it. If you'd like a
Yeah.
turkey leg, I could make that happen.
I still got bones, yeah.
On the turkey leg, yeah.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I had an incident. I'll just have cornbread and some water, please.
All right. Well, we can do that for 2 silver.
Yeah.
Though,
And,
Jack. Jack, and then Wake.
And I'll have the roasted turkey and cornbread.
All right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Wake.
For drinks, do they have anything like tea or coffee?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be happy to get you that. That's an additional 1 silver for that. I will note something for all of you. Just something that you may observe, maybe you don't. But as Alda brings out your meals and tea, the plates and cups are filled with literally just enough to make it feel like you don't get cheated from your price, and no more. It is not a bountiful offering where, like, what a generous portion. It is exactly the amount that you would expect for what you paid. This woman is not giving away anything for free.
Respect it. Respect it.
Gotta respect the hustle. Small business owner, come on.
Everybody can get that money.
Does it taste good? How's the turkey?
Yeah, it is a well roasted turkey. The cornbread is got some honey on it, and so it is
Boneless?
the cornbread is boneless.
Okay, thank you.
Pellam's just gonna go jump up on the bar and try to get a glass of wine, and then sit down on the bar.
Off my
like a-
bar.
I'm 3 feet tall. I can't bloody see up by the bar.
All right, get your butt in a seat. What do you want?
He just kind of leans over and look, wine. You got any wine?
Oh, of course I got wine. Red or white?
Oh, red, of course.
That's the extent of the variety she offers.
Good enough for me.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Pours you out for another 5 or another 3 silver. Again, just enough to make it feel like you don't get cheated.
He kind of leans over to one of the bar patrons. He's like, "You come here often?"
It's
he didn't sit down, by the way. He's still sitting on the bar, cross-legged, trying to talk to this person next to him.
The person next to you is like a tired-looking farmer. Is probably here just washing down the dust of a hard day's work, and just turns and sees you standing there. You don't.
No, I don't. No, not really. The first time here, actually, I think. At least I think it's my first time here. But still, hi, how's it going?
Okay. Welcome to Wickermoor.
What's your name?
Harold.
Harold?
Well, there's an H there. It's just my accent doesn't really pronounce it much.
Oh, it's one of those silent H's. Got it. What do you do? Oh, I'm Pellam. Nice to meet you. And he puts out a little hand to him and stuff like that to try to shake his hand.
Like 2 fingers and a thumb to shake yours.
It's a very small hand, yes.
I don't do anything special, just farming work, helping out where I can. What about you?
Nice.
You say you're on a farm here, what brings you here?
Train crash. Just crashed out in the woods, and then we stumbled our way here.
Ghost Light.
Seems like a nice place, though, hey? Yeah. Yeah, Ghost Light. Yeah, you know it. Man, popular around here, I guess.
Crashing.
Well, it crashed this time, I guess. I don't know. Then we fought the train, and then the train went back together, and then it left us here. But at least it left us right here with a nice little town.
Harold listens to you say this, and you watch as he glances at your glass of wine, and then just raises his voice.
Hey, older, next time I'll have what he's having. That sounds like it's good shit.
Again, not to belabor this too far, but Pellam's gonna drink him under the table since he can't get drunk.
Oh, absolutely. He's like, as soon as you start making the moves of like, drinking game, figures he has a distinct advantage over a 3-foot tall person, and boy, is poor Harry gonna have a headache tomorrow from that. What about the rest of you? You all get your dinners, you get your drinks.
Ember's
People are weird. That's it.
Ember's gonna be scarfing down everything while also like looking at everybody. So it's gonna be like one of those animals that's eating but still like very aware of like just like absolute murder scene and like staring at people while chewing on the bones, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in this town.
And on the opposite end of that spectrum, you're gonna see a 7-foot tall scarecrow, and he's gonna like take a bite of the turkey, and he chews it for like 5 minutes. It's one bite. He chews it for like 5 minutes, right? And he swallows it, and then he's kind of just looking around, like with the stomach and fiddling with it. You know, chews on it for like several minutes. And then he takes like another bite, like he's like the slowest eater ever, but he keeps like, you know, rubbing on his stomach and kind of working his mouth there, the pumpkin mouth. And you think it was someone who was literally eating for the first time. It just looks weird and out of place.
Alda kind of clocks this, and in a rare moment, at least in your limited experience with her, a rare moment of slight tenderness. She just leans across to where you are and just says,
Oh, it gets easier. Promise.
I see. Thank you. Thank you.
"All right, quit that!" And she, like, someone was standing up, causing a little bit of trouble, and she immediately marches over to settle down the riffraff.
With the meals being on the sparse side, I probably ordered a second one. And then I wanted to look around a little bit. Is anybody playing cards? Is anybody gambling?
Yeah, there's a table of 3 people here playing cards.
I will head over and see if they need a fourth.
You walk over, and as you just kind of stand looking at the table, most of the folk in here seem like they are laborers of some variety or another. One of the gentlemen in here at the table is a very broad-shouldered, brown-skinned man with rough, calloused hands. There's a woman who's currently dealing, looks like in her early 60s. Hey, you want to get in?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a hand or two. What's your pleasure tonight? What are we playing?
Oh, well, we're playing poker. The small blind is 2 copper, big is 4.
I will fish out the appropriate coins and sit down to be dealed in.
Could you could you just roll you are proficient, I would imagine, in gambling, cards and gambling affairs.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But you you have the 3 dragon anti-set. So yeah, you are proficient in all things gambling. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a proficiency check, so just your +2, 3 times. This will represent the next several series of hands that will be happening while other people are doing things. Hold on to those rolls, just write them down somewhere as you sit down with these 3 and you get dealt in. The rest of you be doing anything as you see Wake go over and get himself dealt into a card game.
What is he doing?
Wokka's gonna try to actually eat as a fish for the first time, but not draw attention to himself. But given his limitation of no teeth and wide mouth, it's gonna kind of look like a calmer version of the Cookie Monster eating because of the way the hand fins are. It's just cornbread kind of everywhere slowly. Just to paint that picture.
Alda definitely makes note of all the mess, and she just kind of grumbles to herself, but doesn't make any trouble for you.
Can I get another order of that? It didn't quite all make it in.
All right, coming right off. And she gives, despite herself, a bemused smile as she goes back and gets another side of cornbread, and even brings out a tiny amount extra of honey. I mean, like enough to dip in twice. But that is the most generosity you've seen from Alda so far.
Oh, Wokka is beside himself. It's
still 2 silver, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's thank you. I'll sweep this up afterwards too. Thank you. It's very ashamed.
As you offer to sweep it up, she takes the 2 silver and actually hands you back change with 5 copper for the labor. Nothing for nothing.
Oh. Thanks. Respect the hustle, madam.
She gives a nod back and a wink to you as someone who recognizes her game.
Nice.
Wake, what did you get on your first, or actually I rolled. So I have the DC set for each of the first 3 hands. So I have it written here. So what did you get on your first proficiency? And question, are you playing this fair?
I will play the first few hands fair.
Okay.
And then absolutely cheat the fuck out of the rest of the game.
You gotta
just
start
hustle these
fair.
people. Yeah.
So what'd you get on your first proficiency check?
12.
12. So in actually something that kind of helps your long-term effort, you lose the first hand pretty easily. Do you make, in this long-term hustle that you're planning, are you like trying to lose a little big at first? Were you betting conservatively, or were you like letting the coinage flow here?
I would start with a very conservative, very casual approach. After I lost 1 or 2, I would start playing up the flustered angle, maybe make a couple like stupidly obvious mistakes kind of things, and then act like I'm getting mad at myself, and then start throwing out a little bit of a bigger bet, like, oh, I got to make up for what I lost. I'm getting all out of sorts, so now I'm betting a little bit too much, like I'm being a little reckless, kind of thing.
After, as you start to like play up the flustered thing, the most recent hand was won by the large gentleman who just with one big meaty hand reaches in and sweeps the coins over. And in the process of the next hand, as you're deliberately playing up these mistakes, he kind of leans over to you and says,
Hey, you might want to cut your losses here, friend. I'm not sure this is your game.
Well, I don't know much about myself yet, just coming off the train straight to this world, so I'm just trying to figure things out. So, respectfully, give me a second here to find my my sea legs, so to speak.
Far be it from me to tell someone not to lose more money to me, and far be it from me to not help someone figure something out about themselves. My deal?
And
leans forward
and I shift my body language to be a little bit not antagonistic towards him, but like I very slightly turn like a shoulder to him, like I'm ignoring him just a smidge. I play my cards like just a hair where they shouldn't be to be a tiniest bit offensive to him. Like I am just trying to passively aggressively play poker at this guy.
Passive aggressively play poker. Okay.
At this guy.
Could you do me
Specifically
a favor? Yeah, play
him.
poker
Specifically
at
at
someone.
It makes you so happy.
Could you then go ahead and roll for the first round that you try to cheat on? So a sleight of hand check, and we will get back to that in just 1 second. Anything else the rest of you are doing down here in the common room? Would you be heading up to your rooms? What are the rest of you doing?
Breenoh will people watch. He is just going to sit politely, eating as much cornbread as possible. Just, like he's watching a freaking soap opera. He's just eating it up.
Ember is going to go and ask other people if they're done with their food.
Oh my gosh.
I assume with the intent of eating what they've left.
The intent to the people that Ember is asking is not
Well, let's see
obvious.
how obvious that is. Could you make me either a persuasion or a deception check here? Your call.
Considering I am neither persuasive nor deceptive, this is going to be very funny. Oh, I got a 14.
Of the like 5 or like 4 tables that you go to, 2 of them are, oh yeah, thank you very much. Take you for some new like busser, and hand their plates
Yes.
over to you with some just a
Yes.
few morsels left, a few bites of turkey, some gravy, like one heel of the cornbread left.
Ember's going to go, oh, thank you. I will take these to go do the dishes. And then just like off the plates and then go and try and take them into the back room where she assumes that the dishes are made or done.
You see Alda clock you do this, and like she starts to think about saying something and then does some just thinking to herself and then just thinks better of it and just, yeah, sure, make my life easier. Lets you season just, oh, you can set the place over there, love. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you done with your food?
And she like puts both of her hands over her plate, and then she just kind of looks at you and says, are you looking for any work? I'm always happy to have more hands around.
What kind of work?
Busser is always helpful. It lets me focus on other things.
I'll ask my friends. And then I'll let you know. I'll get back to you on that. Are you sure you're not done with your food?
Pretty sure.
Okay. I just figured I'd check.
Thank you. Very kind. No, I'm fine. Is there anything else I can get you?
What,
You want another plate?
Yes. But I also wanted to ask, what happened to your other bussers and your servers?
Oh, I do most of it myself. There's fewer people to pay. Less overhead. The exception is with the stables and with the animals. I never had much of a gift for that myself. But other than that, I handle as much as I can.
Oh, you seem to have a gift with me. And Ember's gonna like try to grin with like the bear snout, like.
She gives you a small smile and a small shake of her head. Well, aren't you just delightful, a sweet talker? Well, you give it some thinking, all right? If you're looking for work while you're here in town, I'd be happy to have a few extra hands around, even for a little while.
Okay, thank you.
Jack, were you wanting to jump in here?
Yes. So, out of all this time that's been going on, Ember was doing around busting tables. Wake is, being the gambler and everything. And I've made it about halfway through this plate. So, yeah, I've been like eating so slowly, and something still just ain't fitting right with this. So I get like halfway through the plate, and I finally put my fork down and just kind of push the plate away from me. And I'm still sitting here wondering, like, this is a law of nature. I'm thinking to myself, not talking out loud. This is a law of nature. You consume to vitalize your body and give it strength. But I don't feel anything after eating this. And also, I feel a little tired, but I'm not, like, weakened.
As you are like just thinking about this to yourself, and you've pushed the plate away, only half finished. Alda walks back up to where you're sitting, and she sets a bottle on the bar in front of you. And there is a deep orange approaching brown liquor inside. And there is a pumpkin that is the screw off top for this bottle. Can I possibly interest you in this? We don't get too many Harvestborn folk around here, but this does come straight from Enoch.
You said Harvestborn. How much would a cup of that be?
Oh, 5 silver.
Yes, I will take a cup of it.
Gets you out a nice little glass and pours you a, again, very fair amount of this liquor and slides it across.
Okay, so I pick it up and I'm doing the whole swirling like I'm some professional. And because I've never seen, you said it was kind of orangish brownish. You said, okay, and I just whole thing just take it down.
It's a sweet and spiced liquor, and it fills you with the distant but familiar warmth that alcohol should fill you with, and it isn't a difficult process to consume this. It's like it was made for you.
Huh. What was that by chance a new bottle she popped open?
No, it had a little bit, not a ton out of it. Like, you guess she'd probably poured 4 or 5 from that bottle before yours.
Wow. Madam, I was wondering about how much would the rest of that bottle be?
Well, we don't get deliveries from Enoch often, so this is a prized possession, but you're new in town, and what do we say, 5 gold?
Excellent deal.
Takes the gold, slides the bottle over to you.
And I was trying to think. Okay, so as for terms of storage, I'm gonna pour one more cup of it and just leave it sitting there. But then I'm gonna take that bottle, and if you'll allow me, I'm going to put it in my chest of preserving.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm gonna close that away.
You got a refrigerator in your chest?
Almost. It's this really weird and wonderful thing. It's this chest. I'm not even sure where I got it from, but when I put stuff in it, it doesn't go bad at all. It doesn't age or anything.
There is a sudden shattering of glass, and Alda just gives a, "Excuse me." Oi! And goes and starts to, a bit of... There were some people who were dicing, and seems like someone might have been unhappy with the result of a recent game and started a bit of a brawl in here, but as soon as Alda Farnham steps up, the individuals just glare at each other, and 2 of them go storming out, while 2 more give their sincere apologies to Alda. Won't happen again. Sorry, Alda, sorry. You're damn right, won't happen again. Go. Who's gonna clean this up? And the 2 just kind of shrug and look at each other. Well, it's gonna be one of you, or it's going on your tabs. Remember, I know where you live. Alda, I know. It goes and retrieves a broom. This individual seems familiar with where the broom is kept. Maybe this has happened more than once. But goes and starts sweeping up the pieces of the glass. And yes, that entirely happened because of a random sound cue. Yes. Speaking of gambling games potentially going awry, Wake, what did you get on your sleight of hand check here.
24.
I'm gonna let you know I rolled for all 3 of the players and didn't roll above a 10. So, how many hands are you wanting to clean up here?
Probably just 5 or 6.
You end up with
But-
a good pop.
I want to make sure that the big muscly guy gets pissed, and then one more.
He leaves in that game where he starts to see but as he does, like, he leaves because he busts. He's out. And he went all in on that hand, but as he realizes that he's out, he just slaps the table. Ah!
Well, maybe I was wrong about you. And good luck to the rest of y'all with this card shark here. I'm out.
Stands up.
Alda, always a pleasure, my dear.
And to you, and to you. I've still got a little bit for a few more hands. Want to see if we can break his lucky streak?
Yeah. Let's do it. One more.
And at that point, I'll keep playing, but like I'll play it straight. I won't cheat. I'll just play it nicely with these last few folks.
Really?
In fact, I'm gonna opposite cheat and and give them
A little bit back.
like the good deals. I'm gonna like when I deal, I'll top deck or deal from the bottom. I'll do the really cool shuffles that I can't think of the words of because I'm forgetting in the moment.
Nice riffle
But, like,
shuffles, all those cool cuts with your hands.
I'll quickly stack the deck and like give them the good cards and play it off like that kind of thing.
You notice the woman notice you dealing from the bottom once or twice, and you see her notice, but then she looks at her hand and just, oh, okay. Because she got a nat 20, so I'm really glad you said you were dealing in her favor.
Yeah. When I notice her notice me, when I notice the noticing, then like I'll give her a little wink but then just keep playing it until like we reach an amicable, hey, everyone's had a good time, we're all having fun. Okay, let's call it for the night. Like I'll just find that natural conclusion.
She gives a glance as you like give her this look over to the third player who also seems quite happy with his hand and just looks at you and gives a tiny shrug. And after you're done with, these next few hands, you've still walked away with about 16 silver more than you started here, even after giving some back. The man who was left playing, well, that's the last time I judge a book by its cover. And starts to stumble out a little bit as he had downed a few drinks, and the woman who was here comes up, gives you a handshake. Well, pleasure playing with you. Don't know if I'll ever play against you again, but good at what you do.
Thanks for the fun night. Appreciate it. I'll probably be here for a little bit. Maybe we can trade some good tips and tricks.
I'd be most interested in learning a few of those. Well, have a good night. I think I've lost as much as I can without my wife getting upset. And
I'll do the nice little polite head nod with the hand on the tip of the cap.
She gives you one more clap on the shoulder and just gives a wave to Alda and heads out as well. And so with the poker game done, you all rejoin each other. If you'd like, you can easily grab a table that can accommodate the 6 of you. It's starting to... You will have been in here for about an hour and a half at this point. People come in and out. And so even though it was quite relatively late, it was in the evening hour when you first got in here, there are still people who, as you sit in here, look like they are coming in fresh off of a day's work. Looks like the eternal night of this place, one of the consequences is that people function at all times of the day. And so there are some people who come in here yawning and getting a breakfast style dish. There are other people who come in dusty and sweaty getting dinner and beers. So all different people are functioning at all different times of day, essentially. I saw a Pellam's hand.
I hate to play DM, but can we take a bio break?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Pellam would like a scene when we come back.
Absolutely. That is as fitting a time as any. So as you all get back together, let's go ahead and take a quick break. We will be back, y'all. We are back. Pellam, as you all are still down here in the common room of the Green Queen Inn, Wake having just finished his poker game, a few of you having eaten, gotten drinks. What were you wanting to do?
Eaten.
So, everybody else is kind of coming back to the table and stuff like that, and Pellam is still up on the bar. The guy that he was drinking under the table is just passed out now. And Pellam is now dressed in like a gray suit with a tie, and he's got really high cheekbones and like a long chin and everything like that, and like slick back hair. And somehow he's got a microphone in his hand and stuff like that, and he's just starting telling jokes and shit. Like he's just like, and there's like a little hat out there to start making some money and everything like that. And he's just looking around at all the patrons that are right there at the bar with him and stuff like that. And he's like, well, we got a really big show for you tonight and everything like that. All right, tell me now, why did the necromancer get thrown out of this tavern? And it's crickets and stuff like that. And he goes, every time they said this place was dead tonight, he took that as a challenge. Great shit, Kevin.
Could you make me a performance check? I'll let you choose whether you roll this with disadvantage or not. That's entirely a you call. It depends on how well you think you're doing.
Advantage. That joke, advantage.
I'm rolling the die you gave me, so whatever comes out is your fault.
Sounds fair.
21.
Like, it takes a little while, but eventually there's just like a necromancer dead now. You good? And just like a little bit of laughter does start to pick up, and you even get a smattering of applause, and people are looking at you anticipating the next zinger.
He goes, all right. Let me see. 3 rats were sitting around talking. And the first rat says, you know how tough I am? You know the traps they set out for us around the bar and everything like that? I undo the latch and I work out with them. And he starts making the pumpkin fist and everything like that. And the second rat says, want to know how tough I am? You know those little poison pellets they set out for us? I chop them up with a razor blade and I snort it up my big nose. And the third rat goes, ha! Fuck all y'all. He starts to leave. And the other 2 rats go, where the fuck are you going? The third rat stops, turns around, and goes, I'm going upstairs to fuck the cat.
You get uproarious laughter at that unexpected direction of this joke. Just people cracking up. One of them was in the middle of drinking a beer and just laughs, snorts into the beer, inhales it. Friend slaps him on the back. And you just hear in your head, I didn't think it was that good. Could you make me
Oh, come on. It was a little good. Come on.
Could you make me a luck check?
What check?
So just a D20. I just need to know if it's high or low. Neither of these is a bad outcome.
14 on the die.
14. As there's a little bit, as this huge wave of laughter, Alda stops from where she was working and sets down the glasses she was clearing and leans against the table and eyeballs you consideringly.
he's going to take that as his cue for a break. And he's like, don't forget to tip your waitresses. It's been a fun time. Thank you all so much. We had a really big show. I'll be back later. And he just kind of hops down with his glass of wine and starts walking over to the table where everybody else is. And sits down and is like, look at this. They love me here. It's fantastic. Not so bad.
As you sit back down, Alda makes her way to your table. Well, that was quite an impromptu show you put on. It's been a while since we had a funny man perform here. How long do you say you folk were staying in town?
We gotta meet Lord Druskenvald for dinner tomorrow night. So, we'll be here for a little bit.
Well,
And he kind of puts his arm down and leans in over at her and kind of gives her a smile.
Well, if you don't have plans for any of the other evenings and you are needing a place to stay, we do have a theater and we don't have any shows that are booked for the next couple days. If you'd want, I'd be happy to cover your room and you'd be able to collect whatever tips that people left as well. Any drinks you have while you're performing.
I love it. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Have a little bit of fun, right?
Not tomorrow night, but the night after. Can I start making the announcements?
Absolutely. Let's do it. And he kind of looks around the rest of his table like, we're not leaving, are we?
Well, friends, patrons of the Green Queen Inn, if you enjoyed that sneak peek, you're gonna want to come back. Not tomorrow night, but the night after in the evening hour. Our funny man here. And they're... Oh. Lauren!
Oh, no!
Oh, no, indeed. There she is.
Lolo
kitty
said,
cat
no
gets you.
funny men.
No,
I'm out.
I hate stand-up comedy.
My bad, right away.
Breenoh doesn't like stand-up.
I didn't think the jokes were that bad.
Breenoh's out.
Yeah, the voice in your head,
Motherfucker's
Pellam, fuck, you got out of here quick. But if you all enjoyed that, not tomorrow evening, but the next evening hour, our funny man here, and there's a pause where she looks to you because she never got your name.
Of the half smile, everyone.
Pellam of the Half Smile will be performing right here in the Green Queen Inn. So come back and get ready to laugh until your sides ache. And there is a yay! So you got a gig booked.
Nice.
I make note of that.
Did I get any tips in the hat?
Roll, let's see. You got a total of 12 copper pieces. So, a silver
Nice.
here. I mean, these people aren't throwing around gold quite as much as Philip and Adela were. Even the poker game was done in coppers, so humble folk. But you definitely did get some tips.
Ain't nothing.
So, the evening continues. Would you all eventually be heading upstairs? Would you be staying down here? What y'all doing?
Ember wants to go and look at the animals in the stable.
Sure, absolutely.
And also kind of take a check around the building that we're staying in.
Cool. You head outside. The stables are attached, so very easy to find. And as you walk into the stables, there are only 2 mules and 2 horses that are currently stabled here.
Is the stable person there?
Make me a investigation or perception check.
Another 14? And a dog? Does that give me a bonus?
That's a 15 if there's a dog. Oh, that's 15 with a puppy.
Yay!
You saw as you were outside that the first story of the barn was dark. There were lanterns on the outside, but it's not currently heavily illuminated in the first level inside. But you did see a flickering light up in the second story, and even as you're inside here, you can see the light streaking down a little bit through the floorboards, caught with the dust of hay and dirt. So probably upstairs, maybe sleeping or resting or whatever, but not currently down here.
All right. I won't bother him, but taking extra care to listen for wolves howling, and I guess ravens and crows.
Well, there are
cawing
definitely, you
in
definitely
the
hear
trees.
birds, but you don't hear any wolves howling at this point. Make me a perception check.
Oof. I got a 4.
No, you don't hear any wolves. But you hear the, snuffling of the horses in here. You hear birds from outside. Hear the sound of people just walking outside.
I'm gonna
The animals,
go
for
out
what
of
it's
the
worth, seem
stable.
well cared for. Very well cared for.
That's always a good sign. Ember's gonna snuff in their direction, like, and then walk outside again and look up at the moon. And in a really weird flash of muscle memory, kind of pat at a breast pocket and feel for a flask without really knowing why.
Flask is still there.
And I'll just kind of pat it, rub it, stare at the moon. Take a deep breath and go back inside. Back to the table with everybody and go, seems okay-ish outside, if anybody was wondering. Was anybody wondering? I'm worried about sleeping tonight.
You think we should go ask? Like, hey, what was up with that?
I don't know how to do that without seeming like we were the ones that did it, you know? What if they forgot already that it was us?
You go?
Goodbye, Breenoh.
Wait for her to get back.
Breenoh.
Breenoh.
Restart should do it.
What do you keep doing?
I wasn't doing anything. It decided it was going to update in the background without telling me about it. And then it was like, it was like doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I could only hear parts of what was happening, and what was happening sounded really crazy, but nobody was reacting that way. So I kind of thought it was not happening like that. And so then I said, okay. And then I said, well, maybe if I just go over the, and then it shut the whole computer down. So it restarted. So now we're good. And now it's trying to do it again.
Gotta love technology.
It's Tuesday, my dude.
It's wonderful to be
Love
able to
it.
play with people on all sides of the country simultaneously, but it does have its drawbacks too.
I'm a tree.
You're
Yes.
a tree. Please continue.
You mean to ask the goat what happened?
No, I can't catch a goat. I don't know if you see me. I'm not exactly fast. No, I asked
are kinda-
the bar lady. She seems nice.
I guess we could. Might be a good idea.
Yeah,
I don't
bet,
know.
You know what? I don't want to shine him up for anything, but I bet Peckham over there Because weasel his way into asking pretty suavely.
Sorry.
Yes.
Slavishly and Peckham.
What-
Yeah, I mean,
Peebum.
Peebum? Peckham? I mean, I feel like any one of us might get a fair shake. I just, was wondering if I'm just overreacting. Kind of feels weird to not be on edge after the train. And the wolves.
So you're talking about asking questions to who? To Ada? Ada? Is that who you're talking about? Question?
Yeah,
Alda.
Alda.
Yeah, thank you. Huh. What would you hope to learn from her?
Well, I mean, that snooty weird neighbor was making a big deal about us stopping some kind of ritual, so it would be good to know what it is, or what we've brought on the town.
That might be worth it, and it is odd that no one said anything to us about it. I would think that
At all.
I think I'm starting to feel your unease when I look towards Ember. Speaking a moment ago about feeling like what weird or you're kind of worried. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that is rather odd because you don't just do things like that for no reason whatsoever. Whoa, oh my goodness. What if they try to do something to us in the middle of the night?
Exactly! We all have single rooms. I think somebody should ask. I already bust tables, though, so not me.
You know what? I'll go do it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Awesome.
say you were the one that kind of clocked
Yeah,
it out
is
with the
Alda-
thing that we were interrupting.
Right, is Alda still around to talk to?
Oh,
this,
absolutely.
I don't know, late. Okay, so I actually find her and I go up to her. Would we know offhand if she witnessed our encounter with the wolves when we first got in?
I don't think offhand you would know whether or not she witnessed it. What you would know is this building faces the town center, the town square, and is built right in it. So she would have had a great view.
So very high chance. Okay. So, okay. So I'm gonna go to Alda, and ask her to excuse me. Hopefully, is she sitting by herself? She's
working behind the bar at the moment.
okay. I'll still come up to her anyway. And I'm basically just want to ask her. It's like, do you know anything about the wolves that were in town earlier today?
Could you do me a favor just before this conversation starts, just to run through it? Could you make me an insight check? Just for if and when it may be relevant.
Right. 23 insight.
Woo! Huge. Well, yeah. This here, tonight was the yearly ritual. Some folk call it the watering of the tree. But it's, you said that you're new here. Have you ever heard of the old ways? Does that ring any bells?
No, I'm not familiar with the term here. I'm not sure. Was this ritual for the watering tree a part of the old way practices?
Well, at least it's a specific practice for us here in the village. Everyone who follows the old ways has their own ways of appeasing nature. I myself, I am a follower of the old ways, and we believe that how to explain this. Well, life here is hard. And it's never guaranteed. And we believe that nature and its spiritual counterparts, actually, it's my faith that gave me the inspiration for the name of this Aryan, the Green Queen. That's the easiest to say central figure of our beliefs, and represents nature and magic, both with its blessings and, well, less blessed aspects as well. And for each year that we make it through, we're grateful, and we return a little something to nature as thanks and as a request that we continue to have healthy and bountiful new years as well. Personally, I
If
think...
you do it wrong.
Oh, I mean, it's all just beliefs, isn't it? Maybe nothing happens, maybe something goes wrong. There were a few years back that, for one reason or another, we weren't able to make the offering, and weren't too long later that a few folk died, and some folk attributed that to not having appeased the Green Queen proper. With that 23... Oh, say that one more time.
He was making a joke to himself.
Correlation, potentially.
With that 23 insight, Jack, Alda is describing these beliefs in terms, even though she's an adherent, that's kind of, take it or leave it style. Not being pushy about it or saying this is the way it is. But you can see that it is absolutely the way she believes it is. And with a 23, you do get the impression she might have seen you all interfering. And that she's a little bothered by it, but she's also a pragmatic businesswoman. And you all have been letting coin flow. But, I did hear that there was a little bit of a disturbance, and the wolves themselves ended up dead, not the goats, but might not have been what were intended, but blood is blood, and I'm sure that the blood of those beasts will appease the Green Queen just as well as the blood of that poor goat.
I see. So sometimes an offering is an offering is an offering. Okay.
As you say, yes.
Okay. Okay. I was just wondering how things are around. So the old ways, you say?
The old ways. Now, not everyone subscribes to the old ways. There are different beliefs, just like anywhere else in the world. But, most folk tend to follow that path.
Is there any information here in town where I could go and read up on the old ways? I don't want to take up someone's time.
Well, we don't have a library or anything like that, but we do have the bookstore. You could possibly try your luck there, see if Eleanor has anything on offer. She always has her nose in a book, so if anyone's got information, it's her.
And her name is Eleanor, you said?
Eleanor, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm actually taking notes.
Hey! It's a beautiful thing.
Right? First time I've had to take notes like this in a long time. All right.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt you while you're working, ma'am.
Oh, no.
I'll get out of here now.
I've done this so much I could probably do it with my eyes closed. You're no bother. Anything I could get you or your friends? I'm sure you all are probably heading upstairs soon, but anything else you need?
I am fine, but I'll go back over to the table and I'll ask them if they need anything else.
All right.
I'll
Well,
send
just
them over if they need anything.
just a reminder: breakfast is served in the twilight hour.
It's in twilight. All right, I will let them know.
Head back.
Thank you. Yep, I go back over to the folks.
I didn't know I wasn't with you because of the internet thing, so I was with you.
You were there.
Yay.
All right, that's fine. So we go back over.
Leaf shaking sounds.
So?
Okay, so it would seem that the goat and the wolf situation was meant to be a part of a ritual. I believe she called it the ritual of the watering tree. And it was supposed to be an offering to the Green Queen, who seems to be the top deity, nature spirit of what they call the old ways. I think that seems to be like their practice, their belief system, I guess we could say that way. But at the same time, even though the goat was supposed to be an offering, it's very possible that since the wolves were killed, they probably ended up being served as the offering to this Green Queen. So maybe we're not going to be on the hook for what we did. I kind of shrink my voice down a little bit, even though I do tell them, like, it is possible that at least Alda knows or saw what happened, but she didn't outrightly accuse us or call us out on it or anything like that. So if she knows, she's being quiet about it. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow, since Pellam is going to be around for at least the night afterward, that's going to keep us here for a few days. I think I'm going to go and find the bookstore, because apparently there may be information on the old ways of the bookstore here in town. So that's probably what I'll do during the day tomorrow while we wait for the meal with the Druskenvalds.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's much to ponder. And also learn, it sounds.
Should still be careful tonight. Not sure if everybody's as forgiving as our host.
That's true, because we don't know who all saw our actions earlier.
Well, getting late. Might as probably turn in.
I think we all deserve a long rest.
Considering everything we've been through since we died. Yes, I agree.
We died and fought a train. And your
Yes.
wolves.
We got hit
Bit
by
of
a
rest,
train.
maybe.
I don't know about you guys. I'm still getting used to being a fish.
I'm not a fish, so I can't
Yes, you got
relate.
pants.
That's
I do
important.
have pants.
Yes.
It's kind of nice to be a tree, though. Sorry about the fish part.
You're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. With that, Ember is gonna start heading upstairs and kind of like scope out the rooms. Be like, which one is everyone gonna pick?
And when I get up from the table to leave, I actually take my like half-eaten plate with me.
Absolutely.
Before I go upstairs, like the last thing I do, I want to ask if the two nicer people that I was playing with, I want to ask if they had a tab at the bar.
I do just want. I love that the big guy, by literally saying maybe you shouldn't lose so much money, is now not nice. He's
I'm
like,
a petty bitch.
Any contention.
Like, even when you were deliberately losing, motherfucker, it's on purpose.
He was rude to me. Fuck
So,
that guy.
yeah, they do have a currently running tab. It's only currently at 9 silver. Between
so I'm gonna
combined.
between the two of them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the winnings that I got from them and pay off their tab, and leave the extra as like for the next time. Like pay it off and then some, if that makes sense.
Well, that's mighty kind of you. You want me to let them know who paid off their tab, or you want it to be some benevolent benefactor?
Not necessary.
Oh, very
Just
well.
a happy coincidence.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be happy to hear that. The Green Queen knows that I am. Well, they can sometimes be a little late on paying theirs up. I'm happy to get settled now. Well, you have a good night. If there's anything you need, a breakfast at the twilight hour.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. We'll see you in the morning. Or twilight. Still getting used to this whole...
You'll get there.
Did it take you a while?
I don't even remember now.
Hmm.
But, you know, I've met a few folk, relatively new to everything. Maybe it gets a little confusing. Maybe I can help you out. There's no real sun here, so there's no sunrise or dawn or anything like that. So we have called the twilight hour, and she gives you a rundown just of like essentially the equivalent of explaining to someone, here's what it means when someone says afternoon, and here's what it means when someone says evening, but in their own terminology. So just so you know, twilight hour is like morning time, dusk hour midday, nightfall is later afternoon, evening hour is still pretty consistent, midnight hour, and then the witching hour is the very early morning time, like 3, 4, 5 a.m. Just so that if people use those terms, you're not confused what they mean. And just so you know, businesses here, most are open from twilight to nightfall, but there are some that operate during midnight and witching hour as well. So whatever time you all are up, there should be at least a few people around.
Appreciate the kindness. Thank you. And I'll head upstairs too.
Ember, you said you were checking out the rooms. They are all fairly identical, and Alda has done a good job at creating inviting, warm, comforting rooms here. Again, with no excess. You feel like you got what you paid for. But you don't feel cheated. You also don't feel that you've gotten a really good deal. It's a comfortable bed with not brand new, but also not threadbare, comforters in here. There's a chest of drawers, wash basin, nightstand. There is a hearth in each room with a few logs if people want to make their own fires and all of that.
And you said we were on the second floor?
Yes, all of your rooms are on the second floor. They're pretty much all adjoining. Between the first 4 rooms and the last 2, there is one intervening room that was already rented out, but it's not an enormous floor. It's not like you have to walk far to get to each other's rooms.
How many stories is the building?
Only 2.
Oh, okay, so we're on the top.
Yeah.
So when I head into my room, I'm gonna give it a full shakedown. I'm gonna snoop all the corners. I'm gonna pull the mattress up. I'm gonna look in the drawers, make sure everything feels okay.
Make me an investigation check.
Investigation. What is my number for that? Oh, that's not as good as I hoped. Oh my goodness. 11.
11. You find a few dead bugs underneath the bed. Other than that, not really anything. No sign of any traps or any augury devices or spying devices or anything that sets off any alarm bells in your head.
Right. I'm gonna be a little paranoid though, and like move the chest of drawers in front of the door after I lock it, and like move the bed itself to a different spot of where it was. And then like make sure the flue's closed.
100%.
Yeah.
You go about your security ritual of the room, making sure everything is locked down and that you know all the nooks and crannies of this space.
Mm-hmm. And then eventually I'll crash out on the bed.
Is there anything else anyone would be wanting to do before trying to get some sleep?
I need a bath.
Absolutely, it is provided. There are 2 bathrooms on the 2nd floor, and you have access to them.
Fantastic. Ember's going to get ready for a bath, think about leaving the spear, take the spear, and go and scrub up and try and get like the blood and the slime and the viscera and the wash carefully around the rotted wounds from the spirits, the vengeful spirits.
And you have
then
fur, which holds a lot of
Yes.
grime. So by the time you're done, there is
Yes.
a pretty substantial layer of film on the top of this now murky water. As you pull the plug in, it starts to drain.
I'll rinse off one more time just to like fully
Yep.
get it all off. Squeeze out some of the water out of my fur. Is there a mirror in here?
Yeah.
This is gonna be like kind of the first time Ember sees herself. And so I catch, like my eye catches on the mirror and I kind of like peer over into it. I grab my snout again. I bare my teeth. I open my mouth. Ah. I lick my nose. And then I go, oh, that's what that looks like. Okay, maybe not as friendly as I thought it did. I scratch one of my little ears, grab my spear, get dressed, and go back to my room and flop on the bed, exhausted.
Just these big, wet, bare footprints track down the hall. Anything else anyone would be doing before sleep? Jack?
Yes. Okay. So when I get to my room, I'm actually going to take like a few minutes to ritual cast Find Familiar. And I'm going to summon a little bitty face spider.
Have you
And
ever... This is the first time you have done this. Yeah?
yes.
So, casting... As you said, this is a ritual. What does this ritual involve?
So, not knowing if anything is different yet, I put my plate of food over on the simple table, and in about the middle of the room, I just kind of sit down with the cross-legged in like a meditative stance, and I, still thinking about previous life, I imagine kind of in my mind slowly opening a door, and on the other side of the door is pretty much what I used to know the Feywild to look like. And it takes a while for the door to open, but once it finally opens, I can see the spider creature coming through, and it doesn't look like a what we would understand or know a spider to normally look like. It's still shaped the same, but instead of being covered in like the expected fur or the black skin of what we normally see as spiders, it's actually, when I'm visualizing, it has like a purplish fur. And then as it sits there, the door closes, it squeaks at me a little bit. I slowly open my eyes, and the spider does not look like what I imagined. The spider actually looks like... honestly looks like something I weaved. But it's moving, it's squeaking, and it's behaving like a spider. But it looks like it's made out of like straw and burlap and like little beady little eyes like a spider normally would.
So
And
it's interesting, Jack, because like you said, this looks almost more like a construct in the way that it is made out of wicker and straw and woven material, especially its legs and its fangs. And the bulbous little body of this spider also has like a wicker cage, but inside of it there is this ghostly light teal to almost white coloration that kind of glows from inside of it. And as you open your eyes and behold this thing that was not there minutes ago, it moves towards you, and it moves absolutely silently.
and even though it's a different form, it does not look the same as I once knew. It's a fey creature that I have summoned before, and it does like... even though I look different, it's still like, hey, you summoned me before, we know how this goes. And they kind of just look at me for a moment because they see my appearance has changed. It's like, we know each other, but we both look different. So it's almost like, what happened to you? Well, what happened to you? And for a few seconds there. And we kind of just sit there and do that, and I actually start talking to the spider, and the spider can kind of understand.
What do you say to the spider?
Like, quite literally, like, you do not look the same as before. And the spider kind of looks back up at me, and it was like, neither do you. Kind of looks like it. Of course, they don't say it, but...
Oh, but it does in your head. As you just hear... I do not feel the same either.
Yeah. It's been... Ever since getting on that train, hardly anything has been the same. Like, even a few times I've tried to eat, and it's almost as if I don't feel hungry anymore. And I was just eating out of habit or trying to satisfy a hunger that's no longer there. And I wonder if it happens to you as well. Do you think you could see if there are any... I haven't seen any, but do you think there are any insects in this room that you might try to eat and see if maybe the same thing happens to you? And also because...
and see.
I'm sorry?
I will weave a web and see.
And
thank you.
Crawls down from your hand a strand of silk as it lowers itself to the ground, and then begins to climb up the wall into the corner, and begins to slowly, in the way of a spider, make a web. And the web that it makes is also of that ghostly hue. And after it's done, it does take time to construct a whole web. But after it's done, it just sits off in the corner and waits for anything to alight in its trap.
Okay. You do that. And let me know if you catch anything. And I have some leftover food from earlier that, like I said, it didn't quite sit right with me. If you don't catch any bugs, please feel free to. I don't know if you would eat that kind of food, but if it satisfies you, go ahead and try it. And I, and also ask me kind of keep an eye out, not just for bugs, but for anything weird. And then I start kind of just looking around the room, kind of like under the bed and checking around the windows, because there's like one window in here, right? It's like one.
Yeah, there's just one window.
Okay. Yeah, and I kind of just checking around. I do a basic kind of look over, and not as thorough as what Wake did.
But you're still doing a little inspection and look around, and about
yes.
10 minutes after this little familiar of yours had tucked itself in the corner, you just hear again in your head, "I have caught a fly." And as you look to the web, you just see it moving slightly as a fly is struggling.
Let me know when you try to consume it. I understand, the spiders kind of do the stick them with the venom, let it like slowly eat them away, and then they basically drink what's inside. So I know that takes a while. That's a process. So it's just when you're finished consuming it, let me know how you feel, if you will. And I'm not gonna stand there and like watch him eat or anything. I'll give him his little due privacy.
Yeah. After a little while, because your familiar knows that you don't want it to take its time, you hear in your head, "Delicious."
So did it feel like it satisfied hunger when you ate it?
I am still hungry.
Okay, you feel hungry. So a little bit more than I. Okay. So maybe whatever's happening is only affecting me. It doesn't seem to affect the others that I'm traveling with.
Do you wish me to catch more flies and let you know when I have caught them?
Yes. At least let me know after you finish eating. Just how you feel and things like that. But feel free to eat as you wish.
Oh.
That reminds me, I need to ask that tree fellow if, do they just put roots in water to eat? Or I'll have to check with that. All right. That's like a mental note for tomorrow. So with kind of all that set up, I kind of fluff up the pillow, get the comfort. I pull out like my own bedroll and put it on the bed. I kind of get a little extra softness, comfort, or whatever. And use the pillow that's already there, and I'm down for the night.
Got it. Anything else anyone would be wishing to do before trying to get some sleep? Well, all of you get a long rest. Your evening passes entirely uneventfully, and that means any hit point drain, strength damage, anything like that had happened from previous fights is entirely reset. Regain all of your spells and abilities and hit points.
Is this our first long rest of the game?
7 sessions in, first long rest, baby.
Yeah, that's nothing compared to Lords of Salem.
No rotted flesh. No more hurt tree man.
No more hurt. So be sure to reset your hit points to the proper maximum, reset strength if that was relevant to anyone, and all of that. Now, as we're taking a long rest here, do people need one final quick bathroom break, or are we good to push ahead? Just want to do a check-in.
Okay.
I'm good to push.
No pressure. If even one person needs to, we can. It's all right. Okay. If that Pete, I feel like I feel you trying to chime in.
The dog. It's the dog.
Let's take a
The
quick...
dog is
Let me
on
see
my
if-
lap.
Oh,
Okay.
He is
Okay.
on my lap.
Hey,
he
we
is
gotta-
sleeping on my lap. Everything is good.
gotta see
He's
a woman
finally
about a
settled.
dog. All right. Well, we will continue to push
Okay.
forward then.
Thank you.
So, long rest. You all awake, and when you wake, the sky that you see outside is purple and lavender in hue. The trunk that you set up against the door wake appears entirely undisturbed. No one had anything noteworthy or eventful happen during their long rest. So, as we pick up the next day, breakfast, as I said, was provided. So you all can head downstairs, have your breakfast, do your normal morning ritual, getting together and all of that. But the day is yours, at least the only thing you have on the schedule is a dinner appointment, but you have all day until then. So, what would you all like to do today?
I'm going into every single shop.
Okay. Can we narrow that
It
down?
doesn't need to be. It doesn't need
The
to
sound
be.
of the game runner.
No, no,
slowly
no.
dying.
Listen, hold on.
3 sessions
DM Brandt, I
later.
just heard your No. Listen, this can be one of those like off in the distance you see Ember just like going into one shop, looking around, having a little talk, and then exiting and then going into the next door shop, having a look around and like kind of just like going about while everybody else is doing stuff. But Ember is absolutely like, this is the first time that like there's been money to spend without any consequences, that there have been shops that aren't trying to like kick her out or hurt her for trying to be in there or being suspicious. So like Ember is taking all of it in.
Got it. 100%.
You
Okay.
Asking for us to jump up in the air and click our heels and have a shopping montage?
Shopping montage.
I'm always here for shopping montages, but I don't want to like wreck anybody else's days because I know that there are some very important things that need to happen right now. So, just know, this is what happening.
DM,
Well,
hit the cheesy 80 music. Shopping
And I'm
montage.
happy. Like if we run into each other as we're going through shops, like even better.
got it. Okay. So Ember is kind of going everywhere. Is there anywhere in particular anyone else would be wanting to go? Anything else in particular anyone would be wanting to do?
Let's see. First,
Jack,
know
you
what?
had
In
mentioned
case-
the bookstore.
yes, I would like to head straight to the books, and I'll tell the others that's where I'm going.
Nerd.
As you say that out loud, it is echoed by the voice in your head. Pellam. Nerd!
Oh, great! He's got a new
I was
nickname.
gonna ask if that was in character, but I know it was because it fits so well. Wokka would
gonna-
also like to go with. What
To the
what you
bookstore?
got?
With Jack?
So we're going to the bookstore together. Cool.
If that's okay, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Wokka
down to
is
go.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to split the party 6 ways. You can, but you don't have to.
What's the worst that can go
sessions
wrong? We're in
later.
town.
What could happen?
Yes, that's the wrong person to ask that.
I can think of something.
Is there a hardware store?
There is a smithy and a general store. So between the two of those, possibly.
I'll go to the general store then.
Okay, cool. Absolutely.
I would like to stay at the inn for a little bit. I would like to offer my services as a cook to see if she needs help. And my goal here is twofold. To continue to get on her good side and learn about Druskenvald from her, and also keep an ear open for any of the townsfolk who are talking about the ritual, the old ways, etc.
Got it. Okay. And Breenoh, what about you?
Breenoh is overwhelmed at what a town is like at this point, because he's only been on this train before and really here freely. So just as before, he's all about the people watching. As Ember is jumping from shop to shop, you just hear his branches creak and sway as he shifts to pivot that direction into the next space, and then sees another companion and the other companion, and shifts and looks and just watches everything, because Breenoh doesn't understand the necessity for things yet, I think, other than what is on his person or tree body. But he is just people watching. He's taking it all in. He's letting himself... What?
I was going to say, so would you be going along with Ember then?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I think that's probably the safest bet to get the most steps in.
Absolutely.
Hooray! Shopping friend! Well, then in that case, Ember's gonna offer, like, her arm, like, crooked elbow, and be like, are you ready?
And he's going to let his arm grow down to where he can nook it into your arm. It just, and then,
Let's go.
Going.
You two, we're going to do our little montage here. We're going to start with Ember. And
Montage is a motherfucking
you all swing by the carpentry workshop, see that there are beautiful pieces of furniture on display here, just absolute master crafts. Pellam?
That's where Pellam would be, is the carpentry workshop.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey,
We're gonna go say hi to Pellam.
Yeah, so as
what are you doing in here?
Yeah, you run into each other.
Well, no, it's I feel like it's such a small scene, but it's like as they walk through the door, Pellam's just like talking to the guy that runs the shop, and it's like, look, I'm just looking for something that I can polish my wood. Okay? Look at this. I'm dry. This is dry. You would never sell a piece of fucking furniture like this. I'm dry.
You two walk in as Pellam is having this conversation with a woman wearing, she has dark skin with slightly darker freckles that dot her forehead and her cheeks, as her hair tied up in like a red bonnet, yellow shirt. And you see as Pellam is just slightly accosting this woman as she is just, yeah, absolutely, understand. And she pulls out just some oil and all of that. I always make sure to have good supplies for maintaining the different furniture, so I'd be happy to sell you this for yourself.
Finally, somebody who gets me. I love this.
As she is making this sale, the two of you walk in, and at just about the same time, coming tearing down from a set of stairs that lead up to the second story of this building, 4 children, just one after the other, boom, 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 come tearing down the steps. Hey, Robin, Lark! Brandon, will you get them? On it. you just hear from the back room, and you just hear the kids like squealing in laughter. Come here! Just a big playful bear cry from the man back there, and wah! They go running back upstairs as he comes running out and sees that there are people inside.
Sorry.
And
I am also a bear. Rah!
"Rah!" and goes running up the stairs after the kids. And the woman here just, yeah, so, 1 silver for the oil will be plenty.
Fantastic. He gives her gold.
Like, hesitates or goes to immediately make you change and hands you the 9 silver back.
before she can hand the 9 silver, he walks off.
Sir. All right. And you see as she sets like pockets the 1 silver, sets the 9 silver aside, and starts to make a little note to herself and tucks it away somewhere. Oh, well, hello, folks. Is there anything I could help you all with?
We're just looking at the town. This is a nice shop, and I wonder
Thank you.
what Pellam's furniture is.
He said he was just needing the oil for himself. Not the most usual request, but one I could certainly accommodate. Wait, you said that fella's name. Wait, what was his name? And she pulls the piece of paper back out.
Why?
Oh, all he did was buy some oil. It was only 1 silver, and he left before I could make him exchange. Could you here? And are you friends of his?
No, we're not friends.
All right.
I think
but
you have to keep that.
We don't even know a Pellam.
Pellam, I'll make note of that and tucks it away. And,
Damn it.
It is also very ridiculous. It is very clear while you're in here that this woman or the gentleman or both of them, whoever is responsible for the woodworking in here, Mayor Somerton was not overselling their capacity as a woodworker. They are mastercrafts, what you see displayed in here. Obviously, some things have to be simpler and humbler because there's only such masterwork you can put into simple pieces that people need, but the furniture and decorations in here are stunningly crafted.
I'm gonna cruise around the store, look at everything, point out details to Breenoh. We could make some of your branches look like this, and your axe could look like this. What do you think, Breenoh?
You change it?
And he kind of
Why not?
he pulls his arms into his chest a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with it, is there?
No.
He gets a little
no,
self-conscious
no.
that he's a fucking tree.
You're a beautiful tree. I just thought that you might like, something like a tattoo. At some point.
Oh! A body modification.
Yeah, you already seem to like them.
They just kind of happen like this.
And he swings his arm and his wrist elongates a couple inches and then slinks back.
See?
Whoa. I bet you could grow in some of these shapes.
What kind of shape? My mind is spinning with the possibilities.
And
Mine too.
we see as you two have this conversation and then begin to head out of here.
I could make oil for Pellam.
Sorry, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's totally fine. Begin to head out of here to peruse some more shops. And as you do, the camera pulls through the town as we see Jack and Wokka heading to find the bookstore. And find it you do. There is a sign, a wooden sign, masterfully crafted, in the shape of a pile of stacked books. There is no name on this shop sign. However, there is only one bookstore in town. Do you really need a name to differentiate yourself when you're the only person in that line of work? And as you push your way inside, you find a jam-packed store of books. I mean, shelves overflowing to the point that the ordering system, if there ever was one, is long since nigh useless because other sheafs of paper and books have just been stacked on top of it. There are towers of books leaning in every corner and on almost every surface. There are also there are other items for sale in here, like parchment, inks, paper, ink pens, all of that, along with a pile of what looks like blank but bound books for any who wish to use as journals. And there is a woman in here that is barely visible, is not visible when you first step in, but as you start to walk around, you see her in the corner. She has a desk that is similarly overflowing with books and also covered in nearly a dozen tea and coffee mugs that are just in different places that have been halfway drunk or entirely forgotten, gotten cold before she even got to them. And this woman is wearing black, has kind of thin, dark hair, olive skin. She has small spectacles that she is currently wearing and is leaning back and happily reading a book. Puts it down from in front of her face just long enough to clock that you're in here, gives you a nod of acknowledgement, knowing that you saw her should you need anything, and then goes back to her readings.
Okay. So, me trying not to be a bother, I start looking around the bookstore. Well, I tell Wokka's like I'm going to try to see what I can find out about the old ways that they were talking about last night. So that's what I'll be searching for. I'll let you know if I find anything. And are you here looking for anything special on your own, or what are you doing? What are you looking for?
I'm more into active magic, like stuff you do. And don't freak out. Kind of interested in maybe seeing if you have anything about curses.
Both of you
Okay.
make me... what are your passive perceptions?
Passive perception 14.
13 for Wokka.
I think you both notice that when you mention curses, the woman in the corner does lower the book a little bit, just enough to be able to lift her head and look at you all, and goes back to reading.
Okay, well, this is the only bookstore in town, so if we're going to find anything, it's going to be here.
It's not to do one. Just saying. To clarify.
At this moment, there is a 13 or so year old boy who walks into this space from a door leading to a back room, and he walks over and starts to clear some of the empty mugs from around where the woman is sitting. And just from where she's sitting, she just gives a "Thank you, Algernon." Or Saint Eleanor. Do you want some more coffee? Oh, I'd love some, thank you. Don't forget to get yourself something to eat, all right? Or St. Eleanor.
So, I am gonna go and see if I can find something on the old ways on my own.
Sure.
I'm not even gonna talk to. I'm gonna look around.
You can make me an investigation check. Would you also be looking around, Wokka?
Oh, yeah. As much as I can.
Cool. You can also make me an investigation check.
Ooh, nice. 17 investigation.
17. You find a book. It isn't specifically devoted to the tenets of the old ways, but it is labeled Faiths of Druskenvald. And so it does have a quite substantial chapter as you just flip through it, dedicated to the description of the tenets of the followers of the old ways. Wokka, what did you get?
Well, Wokka rolled a total of an 8.
You're looking around here, and how do you find anything? There's a book, there's a cookbook here next to a book of fairy tales, next to a geology book. There's no sense that you can make out. But as you're walking through the stacks, you hear a soft throat clear. And you see the woman who you saw seated, who was addressed as Eleanor, is now at the end of the aisle that you are currently standing at. Is there anything I can help you find?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes, I have two queries. I'm interested in the magical arts, in a good way, no bad stuff. And also, if you have any books on curses, not casting them. I don't know if you've noticed, I'm kind of a fish, and maybe there's just, some info generally.
Curiosity is never an evil. You do not need to couch your inquiries with me. I myself have a passion for the strange, the occult, what some people might call forbidden knowledge, especially in the eyes of those who are more superstitious. So I am absolutely happy to help. Not to mention, I do not sell a single book here that I have not read myself first.
Whoa.
Is there the topics that you gave of curses and the arcane arts, those are broad categories. If you have more specific lines of research, it would be a genuine pleasure for me to be able to research or help you find what you're looking for.
Okay, let's start with the magic. Say there was, and Wokka will lower his head, some information pertaining to the deep ones or the old ones. Something of that nature.
And she doesn't make any notes, but you see as she logs everything that you say. All right. And on curses?
Kind of hard to explain, but you know what, madam, if you've read that many books, I'm just going to trust you. A lot of people in my family keep dying, and I don't know why.
She nods at this. Well, that is a valid motivation for research. I will search the stacks and see if we have anything currently. The knowledge and writings of the Eldritch are rare, but if you give me time, I would be happy to do some research.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
She gives a nod.
If there's any way I can help, please.
If there's anything else I can help you with in the meantime, please don't hesitate to ask. Until then, I will start my research. And she gets a small smile on her face at this new line of inquiry that she gets to pursue, and now has a justification for pursuing it.
Okay. Wokka's gonna kind of, a little pep in his step, I guess. Just casually browse and make his way over towards Jack. Like, it's pretty cool here.
And Jack, would you be reading through this book now, or would you be wanting to purchase it and read it later?
I would start I would first open the book and go straight to the old ways and start reading about that section. Like, I don't even care what else is in the book right now. I'm going straight to the old ways. But like that next time they finish their conversation, I will ask her how much it is, because I do want to buy it.
Oh, I actually have a few copies of that one. I'd be happy to part with that for 3 silver.
Perfect. I don't even question. I pay the 3 silver.
I will say, just briefly looking through it, in the section on the old ways, you find confirmation of a lot of what Alda said to you about the beliefs of the balance of nature, the acceptance of the good and the bad, life and death, all being part of one endless loop of renewal. You also find reference to the Green Queen, but you find a name, a more specific name, associated with that, and that is the name of Kellen. Kehlenn, the Green Queen. She's described Kehlenn. She's described as neither good nor evil, just as life and death are neither good nor evil, simply a guardian. You also do find description of several examples of different rituals of appeasement that are conducted, and the ritual that you the ritual that you witnessed and interrupted does fall perfectly in line with the style of offerings that are mentioned.
I want to pay the 3 silver for that copy, and I look to Wokka to see what he grabbed. Is he still shopping, or what is he still?
I think at this point, as you've decided to finalize this purchase, done a little bit of browsing, Wokka joins you.
Okay. Okay. I think I've found what I'm going to find here for today. I had wanted to. I need to go over to the smith. Oh, I will go back over to Eleanor, and I'll just ask her. I'm in need of just a small dagger for chopping up herbs. It doesn't. I don't have to be able to fight with it. I just be able to do some small chopping, cutting paper, and things like that. I guess that would be a smith. probably a blacksmith in town?
Well, if you are looking for custom work, Jean does great work. But if you just need a simple knife for utility, I'm sure Tolliver has what you're looking for.
Okay, and
Tolliver's trading post. It's our general store.
At the general store. Okay. Thank you so much, Eleanor.
Absolutely.
And then, thank you. So I, look back to Wokka. It's like I want to go pick up a dagger just because it helps with the weaving and cutting my materials and things. So I'm gonna head to the general store. Did you need anything else, or are you probably gonna go a different way now? I'm not sure what else you were planning to do today.
I mean, I can hang around here a little bit more, I guess.
I was gonna say,
they're helping me look for books.
Okay, so you're still looking for more books. Okay. This is
Yeah, she didn't really give me a time estimate, but like, I don't know. I didn't have my number.
Okay. I mean, we've got the entire day until the feast dinner tonight, so plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess as long as we make it to their residence by dinner time, I don't see anything wrong with taking our time today. Yeah. Okay.
Sounds good. I'll study some stuff. Yeah.
Good. I'll see you later on. This evening, Wokka. And thank you again, Eleanor. I gotta give a little bit of a head bow, head nod, and I actually head off for the general store.
All right. We cut now to Wake. You'd been hanging around the Green Queen Inn still, doing some assistance. And when you offer to help cook, Alda, well, sure, I wouldn't mind Ian, but not for nothing. So how about for each hour of help, I take 3 silver off your room. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. Very good.
And what type of... You said you were wanting to get more information, like, about Druskenvald. That's a big umbrella. Is there any, like... Are you asking any particular questions here over the course of these couple hours that you're helping out?
I don't have any particular questions. Really, my intent is just to kind of schmooze with her and get on her good side. If there's something it feels like she enjoys talking about, I want to socially engineer, encourage her to keep talking. If there's something that I feel like might be valuable to the party about the town, about the ritual, about the old ways, pick at that a little bit. But I don't I'll phrase things as, I'm the new guy, I'm off the train, you told me a little bit. What else should I know about living here? I'm trying to approach it very subtly and then do that thing where let her kind of lead the conversation and ask questions to keep her talking about what she's already talking about.
Alda is not a major chatterbox.
Sure.
But when you just ask for some general info, she lets you know one of the nearest communities to Wickermoor Village is the farmer commune known as Foxwillow. You learn that Wickermoor Village itself is the largest settlement in the area known as Wickermoor Hollow, which is one part of Druskenvald. There are numerous provinces of Druskenvald, and each one of them is
home base, essentially, for different species. Not that they never wander, not that people aren't welcome to travel to different places, but simply were founded by and are predominantly peopled by different species. Enoch, for example, being Harvest-born, Arden Gloom being the home of a lot of Gnarl-born, and Wickermoor Hollow is predominantly human. Could you also make me an investigation check?
One moment. $15.
15. As you're helping cook, Alda's predominant topic of conversation to you is, oh yeah, not that much. Take one of those eggs off there. They only get 2 each. very controlling about the portions.
So I've got that thing where I've got like some muscle memory about cooking and serving in an inn. So I think there's not quite conflict. I'm going along with what she says every single time. But there's definitely a couple times where maybe I'm seasoning things a little differently or using a cooking technique that echoes in my mind as the best way to do something that might not be her way. But if anytime she says, oh, no, I'll immediately cater to her.
The only time she objects or corrects is if it might have a financial consequence.
Gotcha.
Seasoning choices or things like that, as long as it tastes good, she doesn't mind. But if your helpings get a little large, that's when she steps in. Or if you want to use too much of an expensive seasoning, she lays the line there. But at one point, as you finish plating a meal, that's for those two over there, and you head off and drop it down.
Do the waiter carry?
Yep, the two gentlemen here.
Thanks. So did you hear the watering last night? Apparently, got interrupted.
Yeah? What happened? I was fast asleep.
I don't know, the wolves were coming in to eat the goat, same as always, and some new folks in town apparently stopped the wolves, killed them.
Huh? Oh, that's unusual.
Yeah, Mayor doesn't seem too beaten up about it, but first time I've ever heard of that happening.
Oh, when strangers come in town, strange things happen. Hey.
Alda, you got any more coffee? So you just catch wind of a conversation indicating that people are definitely aware that something went down with the ritual last night. They don't seem to attribute that to you in this moment, even though you definitely, for all intents and purposes, look like an outsider. There's no
other
still
wolf
say
people in town.
Not at the moment, but it's not like they never come through. But they have this conversation loud enough around you that you don't think they suspect that it's you. And they don't seem those two at least don't seem overly upset about it. They're just talking about it as town gossip.
An interesting fact that occurred.
Yeah, just town gossip.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to just keep plugging away. At some point, sit down probably for lunch when we get to that part of the day. Maybe be off at one of the tables in the corner practicing some interesting shuffles, interesting deals, interesting cuts kind of thing. Practice palming cards, moving them around, that kind of thing.
Got it. As we see you take a table here and eat your break meal provided to you by Alda. Again, not overly generous, but she also doesn't charge you for it. And Breenoh and Ember are making their way around town, checking out every possible shop. Wokka still hanging out at the bookstore. Pellam, where would you be heading next?
Pellam is like Pellam is walking around town like putting like moisturizer on his skin.
Just getting a
but like
nice
only on the
sheen.
exposed parts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like he's rubbing in the polish and stuff like that, like you would, just put on some suntan lotion kind of thing. And just like and then but like low key he's just trying to overhear the conversation around town and things like that. Like he's playing the fool, but the wise fool. Trying to pick up on anything anybody's trying to say or anything like that.
Got it. So as we see you just like seated on the front stoop of one of the businesses here at a common thoroughfare so that you have the best view and opportunity to overhear things. There's an old bloodhound with a worn leather collar. No one walking him right now. There's just walking down one of the streets and sees you and just gives a woof, and then just pads on along. And with the rest of you either in different businesses or heading to different businesses here in the peaceful town of Wickermoor Village, we pull out from this place as we just see Pellam kicking his little puppet feet on the side of this stoop. And we see that crooked moon in the sky, watching all of this happen. That's where I think we have to pick up next time. Would love to keep going, but I know it is quite late for a number of us. So that is where we will pick up next time. Thank you all so much for being here for session 7 of Under a Crooked Moon, where we finally get to explore a little bit of Wickermoor Village. Before we sign off for the evening, please don't go anywhere, friends, because even though this is pre-recorded, real Ethan is sitting somewhere ready to initiate a raid. But before then, let's go around and let these incredible people let you know where you can find them. Caleb, would you mind leading us off?
Yes. Hi, everybody. You can find me in the archives of the RPG Academy. You can find me here, of course. You can find me on the socials at the Caleb G. You can see some links to some of my fiction that has been published. The With Teeth anthology that supports the Lakota Wolf Preserve. At the time of this recording, the Kickstarter for the Miscreant Anthology, the very first ever anthology from Miscreant Media, is going to go live tomorrow. That's the 15th. My stuff's in there. This is a fantastic anthology of over, I think, 150 indie creators of fiction, gaming stuff, comics, poetry, just the whole shebang of a whole bunch of people that can't get published anywhere else. Early backer rewards are absolutely fantastic. Tons and tons of goodies from a lot of these cool people. So if you are listening to this and that Kickstarter is still live, I would very much appreciate you considering picking up that anthology, because that would be super cool. And that's it. I love you. Goodbye.
Lauren.
Hi, I'm here. I'm on the internet. That was Faces Cosplay and 95% Lauren. Just gaming here, as well as throwing dice per the usual and eating my own hair. Don't do that. Okay, bye.
Pete. I've taken to how Caleb always said Pete at the end of Identico. He always said it.
Sorry.
Pete. So now I find myself just through muscle memory saying it like that.
Well, Yeah, it's iconic.
It is. You're
Hey,
just a wonderful person.
Well, it's right back at you. Hello, Banshees and Bastards. My name's Pete. You can find me here at the Caleb G. I wrote a book, part of a book. It was with teeth. It's really, really good. And you can find it maybe here, or maybe here, or maybe find it your damn self. Yeah, it's great.
Figure it out.
Thanks for joining us.
Wild.
Hello, it is me. I am Wildling011. You can find me reading with teeth and lurking Thousand Faces cosplay and 95% Lauren and Runnels and Rourke and getting more knowledge from the Jolly Yellow Nerd.
Lots of cool knowledge there.
Yeah.
Getting dropped on the regular.
What's up? Yeah, buddy. Other than that, just yelling at the clouds as
Hey,
we do sometimes.
What we gotta do sometimes.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Mallo.
Hi. When I'm not dressing up like a clown, I'm dressing up like a dark elf for Lords of Sin, our other podcast. I like to do things, I guess. You can also follow me everywhere at the Mallo Man. You can find out all of the things that we do and support the shows and all of the other initiatives and things like that that my friends are doing. I love you. Goodbye.
And Jolly.
Well, when I am not here with these lovely folks, you can see me on most platforms as Jolly Yellow Nerd, most active on YouTube, where I finished crying about the canceling of Star Trek Starfleet Academy, and now I'm occupying myself with Black Mirror.
We gotta distract ourselves.
Yeah, that one hurt. It hurt bad.
Also, Jolly, I just noticed that on your screen, your background behind you, one of the monitors says Bug Hunt, which was the name of the Mothership campaign that you played in with me, which is so funny that it says that.
You know what? I haven't even read those screens back there.
It literally is Bug
You know
Hunt.
what that
That's
means?
amazing. I just noticed that.
That means
Not another bug hunt.
Yeah, it's true.
yes. That means we gotta do a Mothership later this year.
Twist my arm. Well, my name is Ethan. I am the Forever DM here. Obviously, you can find me talking about all things TTRPGs on the Buff DM on pretty much all socials. I am also the other half and less talented half of Thousand Faces Cosplay. So you can find that there as well. Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you. Future Ethan, let's get that raid started. And until we see you next time, friends, even though this is pre-recorded, and I'm not sure the exact date it will come out, though it is airing, just so you know, every other Friday, which I assume you know since you're here. But even though I don't know exactly when this one will be coming out, I can still say with certainty it's a tough time out there. So please be extra good to yourselves. Take time off when you need it, especially from social media, but also stay vigilant, stay aware, stay educated. Democracy dies in darkness. Fuck fascists, and as always, go buff yourselves. Bye, y'all.
Mwah.